Hey boys and girls, how are we today? Boys, this shirt isn't appropriate, I'll tell you. I was at the gym this morning and I got wounded right here. There's a cute little babes in there. One came by me. She's always shaking her booty in front of me going by. I mean, this thing is hot, guys. I mean, really hot. She comes right back. She's just teasing is all she's doing. Teasing an old man. She comes by me and I said, "Oh, wow, girl." I said, "That booty is some kind of hot. Any chance of seeing that thing naked?" And she spun around, guys, like that, like a freaking mountain lion, and hooked me with her claw. I don't know if she's trying to slap me or what, but she hooked me with a claw and peeled back a flap of meat. Man, I'm bleeding like a freaking arrow stuck hog. Unbelievable. I said, "What the hell, girl?" She said, "You kinky old dried up, shriveled up old sumbitch." I said, "Damn, girl, whoa, you better chill out." She said, you better keep your eyes in your frickin' head, old man." I said, "No problem from here on." So I'm holding my frickin' rag. I'm leaking like a stuck pig, you know. I had to come home, put a Band-Aid on. So that's how my morning started at the gym, guys. Anyway, Jesus. Always something with old Steve, I'll tell you. Never stops. It never stops. Yeah, I'm working on a little project today. I thought I'd share it with you. See what you think. I use these hats. I've been getting these hats, but they fall apart. They're all flimsy. Look at, I've been patching them and this and that. They kind of got a little sun hat. It's a fishing hat's what it is. And they got kind of like a little sweatband on the inside and all that. And I like these for the simple fact the diameter of the thing. It keeps the netting. And I like Tully. I like Tully net. Miss Daisy's girlfriend sews these up for me. I love this Tully netting. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. You can order it online, but it's so fragile. The problem with it, you got to be careful. And whenever she comes over, I have her burn out 2 or 3 of these because I'll usually go through at least 2 a year. But I save the elastic and the rope. I redo it and put the rope in the next one, you know. So I like this diameter of this hat because it keeps the Tully netting away from your face. If you just put a Tully netting, I like these helmets and I've used them for years, and I use the box netting, or veil that goes over this. But the problem is, if you put a Tully netting over it, the netting is so close to your face, and when the wind blows, it blows back. And of course, then if bees are a little testy, like that girl was at the gym this morning, okay, they will pin the veil Tully netting to your face, okay? So here's my plan. What I did is took a piece of plywood that I had in stock, and I took some of this cleaner wax. It's what I found down there. And I put 3 coats. I put a coat on, even the edges I coated. This thing is pretty. Should have a good mold release on this. Before I even did any of that, I set the hat on, like so. And I took a magic marker and went around. Okay? So that created this. So now I know my lines. All right? And so then, what I'm going to do here is rough this up, this edge up here with sandpaper. I'm going to rough this up with sandpaper. And then this is going to get on here like so. So what I'm going to do is a fiberglass job here. I got materials. And this was total overkill, because I ended up getting about $60 friggin' dollars worth of material for this little stupid project. Okay? I could have bought 4 or 5 veils for what I'm going to have in this project. But if this works out, I may have one that'll last a friggin' lifetime. Okay? Yeah. These holes look kind of big, almost look like big enough for a bee to crawl through. I don't know if I'm liking this or not. But I've had this before. I don't think I've had bees crawl through them openings. But this is kind of nice because if they do, I'll put some material on there or something to keep them from coming in on me. And pinning my hair to my head. Yeah. But they shouldn't get through there. That should be small enough. But it almost looked like the size of an excluder. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to rough it up. And I'm also going to take some screws. I'm also going to take some screws. What kind of screws I got? Here they are right here. Some little old drywall screws. And I'm going to put one here, right there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. And I'm going to bring it down to only this much is sticking up. That much is all. Just a little bit. 1/4 inch. Then I'll turn the hat over and get my dikes, my lineman pliers in there and snip that off. So I've just got a little stub sticking out, okay? Yeah. Little stub. So this will get, and then I'm going to take a 2-inch screw. I'm going to go straight down in here and nail this hat to this board. Okay? So it won't move around on me while I'm working. You can see that where the lines are there. I've centered that up pretty good. Alright? Yeah. And then when I cut this, I'm going to lay up fiberglass on this. Only to here. Right to here. Here down. And I'm going to come out to this line. And I've actually got cloth. I have chop. I have some fiberglass chop in the barn. I'll bring it up. I'm going to cut my material first. I'm going to cut 2 pieces. One will go down. I'll put resin on this. I'll pre-cut my cloth, have it go right over the top of this helmet and come right to here, or down slightly, to where I can lock onto those 6 pins that I'm putting in here, screw pins. And let the cloth come out to about here. And let it rang, and I'll put the one cloth on, wet it out. I'll wet this first, put the cloth down, wet the cloth out, put a little chop around, come in with a second one, put down, and that should be God's plenty. That should give me, I don't know, an 1/8 or more fiberglass bill around this thing. So that's the Steve-O project for the day. And we'll just see how it goes. Yeah. I will get back with you and we'll walk through this little process. Kind of a cool tool I got here, picked up on Amazon. And it's even got a place you can put a stick in here, like a paint roller, and roll it out. It's pretty cool. It's a bubble buster, fiberglass bubble buster. And I've had these before. I had one in plastic, which looked like a screw. This one's got little knobs on, all aluminum. Little brass screw in there. Look at that thing, guys. Got it on Amazon. 11 bucks. Shipped to the house. Heck, it cost you $25 to go from Tampa to my house for gasoline, for Pete's sake. But hey, I like the price. That's going to be a cool tool, guys. You do this kind of work, you about have to have a bubble buster, because if not, you'll have bubbles in that and it'll be weak. But with a bubble buster, you roll out the bubbles and it's strong. Pretty cool. Let's go out back real quick before I get started and see if the bees need any, fill up their feeder jars. See if the girls need anything here this morning before I get going with this other project. Well, they're just starting to show up here. Problem is, must have had some rain last night. Got water here. That's no good. Let me get rid of this water. Yeah, they got enough feed here for a while. They're starting to find it. Be better if I had just a flat piece of plywood here, 2 bricks, set the jars on. But it works, as long as it don't rain. If it does rain, you just gotta throw the water off the top, that's all. I guess the girls are set up for today. They've been drinking 2 quarts a day out here. They start flying about 50 degrees. Okay guys, what I did, I roughed it up, the whole bill on my wire wheel. Went around, just up to around in here. And you can see what I did here. I was gonna put 2 on each, on this long side, but I decided just 1. So I've got 4 anchor points. And then I took my dike, or my lineman pliers, and snipped that off. So there's a little stub sticking in there, a little sharp stub. And after, when this helmet's complete, I've got a I've got a little sanding wheel I will put on my drill and come in here and knock any sharp stuff off of there so you don't scrape your head when you stuff your head in this thing. 2, also, this thing, the beauty of these sun hats is the fact that you've got kind of a sweatband thing in the inside. Well, I'm gonna just take a bandana, and you can see this thing's standing off quite a bit. Actually, it's only anchored. It's anchored in a couple spots here. This interior band, adjustable band. What I'm gonna do is stick a bandana down in here, wrap it over and tuck it back. I might have to cut it and trim it to where I can pull that in and out, wash it each time I go out in the field. So I'll have a sweatband in this thing. Because out here working bees in this Florida heat, I mean, you are just like in a sauna bath. I'm not kidding you. So we're gonna need that sweatband in this helmet for sure. So now I've roughed that up, got my anchors in there. I'm going to put 1 more coat of wax on this board, and then I'm going to take that helmet and I'm going to drill it down to some 2-inch long screws and put it in probably here, probably off the side, 1 here and 1 over here, just to hold it down to this platform so it's not moving around while I'm working. Because I'm going to be taking a paintbrush and daubing and wetting out that material. So yeah, so the process here will be waxing this, anchoring that helmet to this platform, and then I'm going to cut my material, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay guys, I got my helmet attached here. I'll just lift these high so when the fiberglass is hardened, I can take these out and just put a little, whatever, if there's a little hole there, whatever, I'll just dab it with some fresh, you know, resin. So now I've got her laid out here, ready to go. Now I got to cut my fabric to go over, and we'll go from here out to maybe just a little ½ inch or so past this line here. Because we could make this, actually, this whole bill a tad bigger once we, you know. I got plenty of material on those because I cut those 2-foot square, 2x4 actually, what I did, 2 foot up and down and then 4 foot around. So I've got plenty of material to wrap this thing up. Okay guys, I've cut 1 piece here. It's kind of rough and ugly. I laid that rough and ugly on top of this other piece, and then I marked it out with a magic marker. And I'm cutting it around, and we're going to get this cut out. So we'll glue down the first one on the helmet, and I'll take some chop and sprinkle around on it, and then I'll lay this one on top and wet this one out. And I would think that would be plenty for this, plenty thickness. Alrighty guys, about to rock and roll here. It's not pretty looking, as you can see. It's not pretty looking, but either am I, so yeah. Isn't that scar nice, guys? Look at that scar right there. Yeah, that's what you get when you're on the standard American diet your whole life. For me, it's been, what, 75? No. I've been at least hardcore carnivore for like 4 now, so yeah, for, 71 years, whatever, just on a crappy diet that the FDA approves of, right? And your big pharma and big ag and big government, they all want you on the food pyramid, okay? And that's set up by your FDA, and the FDA stands for Fraud and Deception Association, okay? So just so you know what you're getting into. Yeah, I gotta have some of this. Dunkin' coffee decaf with extra heavy whipping cream in there. That's all legal on a carnivore diet, just so you know. Okay, so we're getting set up here. I've got the hat stable. I got a screw here, 2-inch. That'll be zapped. I got my little screws here that'll help anchor and hold the fiberglass to there. I got my second piece that'll go on top of this piece, but in between sandwiched, we're gonna put some chop. This is called fiberglass chop. Now you can get this anywhere at your fiberglass places. You can get it by the pound, whatever. It goes a long way. That's left over from my taxidermy days. We used a lot of that for mixing with a little bit of Bondo mixed in with that chop for ear liners in your hog and deer ears inside when you open them up. Once you get into taxidermy, you'll understand all that. We've retired and moved on from taxidermy, guys, because actually I'm right up to here with the public. Yeah. I made a lot of people happy, though, when I first started doing that stuff. But then I started pissing them off. Yeah, my battery went dead. I had to change it. Yeah, where was I? Oh, taxidermy. Yeah, they say I was pissing people off because they say, well, you did a nice job on my deer head and my hog head, but now I got a duck here. I don't do ducks. What? You're a taxidermy. You're supposed to be doing it all. I said, yeah, most big time professionals do it all, but I am not that guy. Okay. And they bring chipmunks to you and all kind of squirrels and armadillos and gator heads and all this crazy. No, I said, no, I'm doing deer and hog heads. That's it. I specialize in deer and hog heads. Well, you son of a bitch, you. Yeah, well, you probably am. Yeah, okay. Now, if you don't like it, there's the door. Or try not to let it hit you in the ass on the way out, okay? Yeah. So many years of that, guys, you just go, my bees don't give me this much crap, okay? So I moved on. So about all I do anymore is bees, okay? So yeah, we're set up here to rock and roll. Let me mix up my stuff. I'll slop a coat on. I'm just gonna leave this here on dry. The resin will seep through this. And then I'll put my little chop on. We'll put this one on top, sandwich it up. I think that's gonna be enough thickness. I mean, how much thickness do we need? All we're doing is holding up a little lightweight veil, right? If I could get an 1/8 of an inch thickness with this, that'd be God's plenty, wouldn't it? All right. Don't want it too heavy on your head. Your head might fall over. Alrighty, guys. Got her all laid up. Got it laid up all the way around. So all I'll do is come back with a die grinder so you can see my black line. And I'll go around that and cut it with a die grinder, pop it off that mold, take those 2-inch screws out, and we'll see what we got. And I will show you this finished product in a day or two. I got to paint it. I'll paint it white, the whole thing. And I'll show you in a few days what we got.